morning to you. Quick recap from yesterday. We're out of time again. The clock, well, it was ticking, but well. Anyway, we glued the briar and the handle together yesterday, and as you can see, I'm just going to, you never caught the tape, putting the tape on, but that's not a problem. This morning, work the tape off, and as you can see, it comes off really easy and leaves you with a nice clean joint. You can see where the rubbish with that. You can see where the expansive glues came out through the pilot. That will trim up later, and we'll work on the handles and that in a later video. But this morning we're just going to recap a bit, and I'm going to tidy things up and sort things out a little bit. I also share this space with the son now with all his stuff and whatnot, so he's threatening to evict me. You never know. Give another little workshop built, you never, well, we'll wait and see. Anyway, that's just, you can see that from, things work extremely well, the joint is extremely good. We will be finishing off at a later date. And that's caught the straightening of the sticks, the making of the dowel, the steel part, the screw part of the dowel situation, and the jointing of the handles. So there's loads for you to be going on with. I'm just going to show you, I'm talking about straight sticks and bent sticks the other day there, and I'm going to show you this. This is the kind of thing I like to do at times, and this is a bit of the shank is a bit of Juniperus virginiana, and a bit of a walnut handle on it. And as you can see, it's an old bit of walnut. Obviously, it's been around for a long time. But when I'm out and about, I'm always looking for particular bits of things and cutting them and bringing them back. And I love this type of matching things. It's quite a challenge at times, and but it works reasonably well. So that's there's actually two of them I put together. This one I wasn't too happy with the handle situation. Anyway, wasn't too happy with that. I don't think it really fitted it extremely well. Certainly not compared to this one. I like this one. This one I'm not that happy with, so it could be changed at some point. It could be taken off and something else put in its place, but we'll see. This is, believe it or not, this is a piece of ivy. The shank is ivy, and the handle is a piece of driftwood I think I caught on the shore at some point, and what it is I'm not really sure of, but it's got a nice little shape to it, and it makes a nice little stick. I wouldn't bother trying to straighten it or anything like that. I just leave them as they are. It's a bit of fun. Some are straight and some I won't. That's a piece of holly, and it's quite alright. The holly's nice, good strong stick. Kind of oval in shape at times, can give you a little bit of problems, as you can see with the handle still to be finished off. It's a bit of, I'm not really sure what it is now. Time passes and I kind of lose track of what things are. The memory is not very good at all. But it's still got the bark on, and we'll take it off in bits and reveal it and see how it works. But it's alright. It's good. This, same again. I think it's a bit of sycamore actually. It's fine and light, and a bit of rhododendron on the top. I like the rhododendron, especially. I get some nice pieces where the deer have nibbled back through the winter and basically killed the rhododendron, and passing the years it tends to season where it stands, and you can get some nice shapes of handles and that. Simply do. But when you're out and about, you need plenty of handles, because when you're going through the sticks, you won't be happy with, you'll need to hunt the box to find the handle that suits you. So when I'm, as I say, when I'm away walking, I'm always looking at that type of thing. And as I said earlier there, I've got boxes, I'm going to go back through them again. There's a thing. I need actually a vending machine with handles set up so I can basically pick out what's I'm not having. But anyway, as I say, loads of different types of handles. That's quite a nice one, that one. There, it's got a nice kind of shape to it, and that'll be used at some point. And as I say, the thumbstick handles, well, you can pick them whatever shape. That one's quite nice because it curls around the top of the hand there, and got a bit of shaping up. It could actually be, it's different, but it could be alright, you know. So you don't discount anything, bring it back and it'll lie around, you never know. This one I've kind of roughed out already. It's got a hole in it, ready to go, but I think it wasn't, I must have let it wasn't properly seasoned as such. So we kind of left that one, but I would probably take that off, and it'll not be a crook type looking, but it'll be similar. I'll shape it and it'll be alright. Put it in the pile. This one, just a bend, but it does. Put it in the pile. Come round to it at a later date. That's the thing. Now to get round to the other thing I was going to show you was the cross graining situation. The cross graining. I'm going to stop myself on this situation. You're going to be hung for this bloody business. As I say, I was away the other week there and bought some offcuts of hardwood off a chap, and boards, bits and pieces. There's some nice stuff actually. So I just picked out one or two bits and glued them with opposite grains together. Getting my clean off. They weren't too bad at all in terms of distortion. Clamped them up tight and shaped it off. As you can see, it's still got the cut edges on. I've roughed it off to, but before I would take it right down to its finished part, I will cut it off, square it, triangle it across, and pick the centre and bore in the dowel for it, the hole for the dowel, before I lose the actual centre off. So I'll do that before I get down to around just picking it. On this I don't really want to do that. So I cut out 2 or 3 of them. That was the one there before I shaped it. Bit of a job actually without a bandsaw, but I haven't really got one. I had one a few years ago and gave it away. Space is a thing. But the jigsaw does it. Clamp it well up and keep a hold of it. Get it on the right speed and take your time, and it'll go round. You need to cull back and forward a bit, but it works. You get there eventually. I'm trying to remember the names. There's a name for this particular type of handle too. There's a name for them all actually. But I need to get the book out again. Look at it. The memory's shot. It's gone altogether, so I can't remember. But endless possibilities with it all. You won't be stuck. There's use your imagination and work away at it, and you'll get there. The virals we'll get round to slightly later. It can be a difficult business in terms of, but you can, what I do is I buy mine online. Amazon, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. You can sit there at night and order away to your heart's content, and a day or so later the man delivers it to the door for you. It saves me having to go anywhere, but you can't see what you've bought until you get it, of course, which is a different movie. But you can buy these packs of virals, and there'll be one to suit most type of diameter of sticks. Put it this way, if there's not one to suit the diameter of stick you've probably got it too heavy. But when you're into walking staffs and poles and that, yeah, you can make up your own bits of pipe and olives, brass olives and that. you can use just about anything if it's dressed up and cleaned up. These is depending on if they're only going to be taken out. A stick's only going to be taken out in a short little wander once every now and again. There's no point in worrying about wear too much. These will do the job. Will last for years depending on how many miles you put on them. But if it's going to be a hard working stick that's used every day, then it's got to be different. You've got to put the ability to wear into it. You can still use one of these, and you can, once you've fitted it, if you fit it just shy of the end of the shank, you can either buff off the end and use a stud situation. I use, these roofing studs with they've got a rubber washer, sealing washer on them, which is quite good because when it's put in, it seals the end, and if you can either have it proud of the burl or inside it, depending on what you want to do. But it actually seals the bottom of the stick. Water can get trapped in them at times, and the fitting of these is a lot of people. It can go right, it can go wrong. Shapes of sticks and all that. Getting the right size to fit is always difficult. But if you've got a selection of stuff, you'll find something to do. Cartridge cases, I use particular. They're all right. They're obviously not tapered. They're straight, but they come once you've taken the charge out of them. You can use them fine, and they're quite nice. They're not hard wearing, but if you're, as I say, if you're using a stud situation, it'll work. For the stud will wear away first. Anyway, the bell's rung, and so I think we'll leave it at that for now. That's enough for the day. The sun, I'm going to get out further today, I hope. This is going to be a good day. Some days you go up and you know it's not going to be a good day. This is not a bad day, so we're going to get to that age where you get a good day, you look forward to. Oh, that'll do. Small things in life. Anyway, for anybody that's interested, and it's probably in that locality, I'm also a member of the Stickmakers Guild. So this Sunday down in Bakewell in Derbyshire, there's a jamboree, and if you're in that area and you're interested in sticks, go along. 10 AM, £2.50. You can't beat it, and there's lots of demonstrations, materials for sale, various other things. There's a lot of stuff at it. If it was closer at hand, I would consider it myself, but it's too far a haul for me. 4.5 hours on the motorway. No, but the Stickmakers Guild is quite a good thing. You get 2 or 3 magazines a year, and it keeps you up to date. And a lot of interesting articles on people who are in this game, and it gives you a good insight into. We all tend to be much the same, by the way, obsessed by sticks. So, but if you're in that area, why not go along and enjoy it. Anyway, we'll catch you with the next 2 or 3 videos, probably in 2 or 3 days' time, a week's time or something. We've got a little break. I've got other things I need to do. So anyway, thanks very much indeed. We'll catch you after.